Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Now this is a Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG, and we're located on the south spawn of Abbey. And the player is Malkavian STR. And battle has commenced. Now, the Hummel is actually made using a Panzer III-4. It's got a Panzer IV chassis, but it's got some of the running gear and steering equipment from the Panzer III. And it's got a 15cm howitzer on top, so it's pretty powerful. Like the Griller, it uses the same gun, the stock gun, as the Griller, so it's very accurate. And although it's got one of the slower reloads of the Tier 6 Artys, it has got a very high DPM. Now he's looking around for a target, and something's turned up in the Abbey. A T-20, he's trying to get in through the south entrance. He's dialing in his aim. Round out. Oh, he splashes him for 150 hit points and 3 critical hits. Got some stun. The thing about the Tier 6 Artys is they don't produce a lot of stun, but they do produce some. And that T-20 is now obstructed by the building, so there's not a lot we can do to fire at it at the moment. And that T-150 is behind those battlements. But there's a bat chap, 12 ton. He's in the east passage next to the river. Dialing in his aim. He's marked his target. Round out. Ooh, direct hit! 408 hit points. And that was a clutch shot as well because it wasn't fully dialed in. But he got an excellent strike. Okay, that T-20 is in sight again. And he's firing at a T-34-85 which has managed to get into the Abbey grounds. Now, can't hit that at the moment, but there's some tanks on the west side of the map. There's a T-37 and a T-34-85. Looks like Malkavian's going for the T-37. He's indicated his target. Round out. Oh, he got the T-37, 610 hit points. Another kill, another good strike. Okay, it's an FE-4202. Just took a big hit there. He's backing away. Malkavian's almost reloaded. And that round that just came in from the GW Panther on his team has taken out that FE-4202. And if that T-34 keeps doing that, he'll be next. Round out. Oh, he's hit him! But he actually damaged one of his teammates in the process with Splash. So he might lose some points here. This is a Tier 8 battle. And for a Tier 6 Arty, that means he'll earn a lot more XP. Okay, there's a Scorpion there, Tier 8. There's a T-29, Tier 7. He can do a lot of damage to these two. He's almost reloaded. He's going to go for the Scorpion. It's a much better option because it will generate more hit points and it's a far more dangerous vehicle. Now he gets a hit. 39 hit points, but it was only a splash. The shell landed in front of the Scorpion, and that Scorpion's hiding now. The T-29 doing the same. They both know they're in trouble. There's a Churchill 7 and a 5916 blocking their path. And they keep firing rounds in. And I think Malkavian's about to put another round into the T-29. Almost ready. Round out. And he gets a good hit. 275 hit points. 4 critical hits. And I think he's going to adjust his position a little. Mainly because there's... the enemy on the west side actually have been wiped out almost. There's a Panther out there. But he can relocate now. Right, now you can get a better angle on these tanks here on the east passage. Going for the Scorpion again. Dialing in the aim. Trying to get it accurate as he can. He wants to make sure that Scorpion's dead. Round out. No result. I think that probably hit the rock face because I think the Scorpion pulled back in time. But he did stun the T-29, so that's useful. Right, those tanks that are guarding that pass are having a tough time against those opponents. But Malkavian's going to go for the T-29, and he'll probably damage the 88 because they're so close together. Oh, T-29's pulling back, and that was just the GW Panther took him out. And that big hit went in on the 88 for 363. So that stunned him and keeps the 5916 alive a little longer. There's a lot of wrecks protecting that 88 from the T-28 prototype. It's a little further down the road, but unfortunately we lose the 5916. Okay, meanwhile on the other side of the map, the team are actually pushing forward near the enemy cap. The 88 is coming up to the T28 prototype, round out. Oh, it hit something in between. There was some obstruction which stopped the shell. It didn't hit the 88. Right, Malkavian's going to relocate so he can get a better angle on that 88. Right. He's dialing in on the target. He's marked his target. He's centered his aim a little. And that 88 is using that wreck for cover, but it's not going to protect him when an Arty shell hits him. Round out. And it splashes him for 20. It went long. I think it's RNG because it was perfectly dialed in. Okay, getting ready for another round. We've got 15 seconds to go. He's marking his target. The T28 will know that he's going after that target. And so long as the T28 can hang on by those wrecks, then Malkavian can hit that 88. It's a tier 6 tank destroyer, but it can do an awful lot of damage to it. And that's a big hit. 258. Nice strike. Now, there's a good reason for Malkavian to keep relocating, and the reason is that there's two enemy Arties still alive. One of them's a Hummel, the other one is a GW Panther. And unfortunately, he's now got a red line, which means he can't fire at the 88. It's in defilade. But he can fire on the enemy at the other end, and if he moves further over to the west, he can probably hit the 88 if he gets close to the cap. But what I think he's going to do is he's going to go up onto this rise where normally the tanks that are attacking the cap will go, so they can get clear sight of the attack. But is he right? I think he's going to go right now. The reason is that Scorpion became sighted, and there's the Panther, and the Panther is defending their cap, and he needs to hit it right now. Dialing in the aim, being very careful, marked his target with Tiki, rounds out, and he did get a splash hit. 65 hit points, 2 critical hits, so it was a worthwhile shot, but he can't hit that 88. It's in defilade. You see the red line? That means there's an obstruction in the way and something is blocking the shot. Likewise against that tank there. Now, the Panther, he's hiding behind that rock face there. He knows he's safe there. And he'll keep using that rock, hugging that rock to prevent him being hurt. But Malkavian's fired a round in anyway to see if he could stun the Panther. And there's the enemy Arty. It's been spotted. It's been spotted in grid square A6. Now, I would think the Jagd Panther 4 will go for that Hummel. But Malkavian could hit him. In fact, now he's got sight of the Panther, so he can hit that as well. The Hummel's being hit by the Jagd Panther 4. Round out. Oh no, it hit the rock face. It wasn't fully dialed in. And he needs to get up that hill quickly because the 88 is now confronting the GW Panther at the other end of the map, at the other end of the of this row. And he's going to try and help that GW. He's lining up a shot. He's not quite loaded, but he will be loaded by the time that 88 comes around the corner. Round out. Direct hit kills him, saves the Panther's life, and brings up his 4th kill. He's now at win 8 of 5-2-2-0, and that was the end of the game because they wiped out the Panther at the other end. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for Malkavian SDR in the Hummel. He is actually his first ace of the Hummel. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16 in that battle alone. He also picked up a fighter badge for getting 4 kills, and a Gore's medal for doing more damage, exceeding 10 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And finally, he picked up a high caliber medal for dealing the most damage in the battle, at least 20% of the enemy hit points. So let's have a look at the team scores. Well, he came highest on damage, 3,269 hit points, and he came highest on kills with 4, and of course he came highest on base XP with 1,176. He fired 15 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration and 6 splash, did damage of 3,269 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He did damage one of his own teammates. That was when he fired the shot at the T-3485. One of his teammates came in to try and kill that T-3485, got too close and got splashed. So he lost 57 hit points there, which means he will lose some credits. He hit 8 of the enemy but killed 4 of them. He also did stun assistance damage of 309 hit points off 9 stuns. Now, on a standard account, he earned 41,002 credits. Now, that's normally a total you'd be quite happy with on a premium account, let alone a standard account. But he was fined 597 credits for stunning his own colleague, which left him with 40,405. And after ammunition resupply, and the ammunition for the Hummel is relatively cheap, he was still left with 23,605 credits, and that's still a very good score for a standard account. He received 1,176 base XP, but he was fined 1 XP because he had damaged one of his colleagues, and ×2 for the first victory of the day, so he actually ended up with 2,350 overall. So a really good game, and it did help a lot that he was firing at tier 8 opponents, because whenever you're firing at tier 8 opponents, you are racking up a lot more XP. And so well done, Malkavian. I'm pleased that you finally got the ace, and I'm sure you'll be getting more aces. I found that the Hummel is extremely useful and very easy to get the SPG-15 mission done, because I've done it on more than one account. I've used the Hummel to get the SPG-15, so I'm sure if you keep plugging away with the Hummel, you will get it. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in our next video.